we would be discussing the remaining 25 questions for the CBSE NET examination for Geography Paper 2. Now, this set of question paper mainly included questions from regional geography and the geographical techniques, I could say, related to cartography, GIS and so on. So, most of the questions were direct. Some of the questions were considered to be having more elaborative understanding. So, we will be covering the few of the topics that were asked this time in the further lessons. So, this is one of this. There are 4 approaches to agricultural geography, and we will discuss this in our next lecture. So, the correct answer here is a regional approach. So, these 4 are the approaches for agricultural geography, out of which crop diversification, cropping patterns, etc. are studied under regional approach, where you try to analyze and synthesize information based on the various regions. Next question, which of the following soil is known as self-mulching soil? So, out of these, the correct answer is black soil. Black soil is also known as vertisol and it is known as regur in India. Now, this black soil has a special property of what is known as self-mulching. So, what happens is, if there is a crack formation, the mulch would fall into the crack and then it would be I could say drying and contracting of the soil that occurs, and that would lead to black soil formation. Next question. The concept of linear marketplace boundary between the market areas of 2 competing firms was given by, the correct answer is Plander. Now, this is one of the very famous theories given by Plander. He tried to explain the linear market price boundary concept, and he explained how the plant cost and the price charged for the product varies with the distance as you move away from the region of the plant. So, there are many theories given on the economic locations, one of which is Plander. We will be discussing this theory again in detail in one of the next lectures. Next question, which of the following factors is not a reason for government to concentrate on transport policies? Now, this is regarding one of the very contemporary issues, that is the National Urban Transport Policy recently released, and this National Urban Transport Policy aims to join all the villages and all the regions of India with the aim of uniting the social areas, the political features, and finally the political reasons and the economic reasons. So, cultural is one of the factors which is not responsible why government is focusing on the transport policy. So, this is one of the very contemporary questions that has been asked. Next question, which of the following industry is known as heavy engineering industry? Now, it's important to note, most of the students got confused here, understanding it to be heavy industry. So, if we consider it to be heavy industry, electrical machinery, iron, steel, all will fall under the category of heavy industry. But since it is heavy engineering deals with goods which are requiring engineering work. So, the correct answer would be heavy machinery, and this would include shipbuilding, automobiles, then you have aircraft industries and so on. So, the correct answer here would be heavy machinery, since the question asks about heavy engineering. Next question, who among the following gave the theory of Rimland? So, now the Heartland theory was given by Mackinder and Rimland theory given by Spikeman. We have discussed these theory in one of the lectures on political geography. So, you can refer that lecture for detail on these theories. Now, there were 2 questions related to political geography. Another was a similar question where there was match the following. So, if you are done correctly with the question, you would obviously go correct with the next question. So, similarly happened with one more type of question that would be coming further. Now, how many major races were identified by Taylor? Taylor, in his book Environment, Race and Migration, tried to classify races into 5 categories, and those 5 categories were Negrito, Negro, Mediator, Alpine and Australoid. In his original work, if you refer that, these were the 5 categories that he tried to identify. So, the correct answer here would be C. Next, in which year Mackinder again demarcated the island including Africa? So, in 1919, when he gave the revision of his theory under the book of Democratic Ideas and Politics, he explained that Since the major zone was known as heartland, the southern zone, which was Africa, would be demarcated as a southern island, which he forgot to explain in his first reference. So he considered Africa to be southern heartland or south heartland, I could say. And this was given in his book in 1919. So another question from political geography. Next, Red Indians or American Indians are classified as, so if it was just Americans, it would be Caucasoids. Since Americans considered American Indians to be a kind of inferior race, these were further classified under Mongolites and they were not considered as Caucasoids. So original, if we talk about Americans, they were Caucasoids, but Red Indians or American Indians were classified under Mongolite race. So the correct answer here would be Mongolites. Which of the following term denotes net population increase of towns and cities? Now this is a very interesting question. If the question says net population increase of towns and cities, the answer would be urban growth. However, the answer would be urbanization if we talk about a proportional increase in the urban population in relation to the total population. So that talks about proportional increase in urban population in relation to the total population, and that is what is urbanization. So there is difference between urban growth and urbanization, and this is what this question tries to point out. Next question. Which of the following processes is not related to planning? Now, based on this question, the concept in the question, there was two questions. So, Bentham, McCabe, under concepts of planning, he was a kind of American planner and conservationist. So, under his concept of planning, he elaborated 4 ideas. First of which was perception, revelation, then you have preparation, and finally execution. So he gave these 4 ideas, and therefore evolution is the incorrect answer. So these 3 match with the McCabe's planning process. So the answer here would be evolution. Next, who is regarded as the father of regional science? The correct answer is Walter Izard. Walter Izard is known as the father of regional science. Again a very direct question. Next, now this is what McCabe gave. McCabe explained that every deliberate action must start in mind, the realm of thought. It must be conceived and rehearsed in the realm of thought before it can take place in the physical world. So that is what he tried to explain, and based on this idea, he demarcated 4 steps in planning. That was planning, preparation, preparation, then execution, revelation, and finally the perception. So those were the 4 steps that we talked about previously, and those were given under McCabe's theory, Benton-McCabe's theory. So there were again 2 questions based on the same concept. So if you are done correctly with one, you are sure to go correct with another one. Next, the surveys that are conducted to identify deteriorated or deficient areas in development are known as. Now this is a question based on very logical approach. Now most of the students, what they go for, that the correct answer should be socio-economic surveys, but that would be incorrect, because what here is asked to identify the deteriorated and deficient areas in development. That means you have to do an in-depth analysis of the region with the strengths and the weaknesses of the region. So that would be a kind of diagnostic survey. It won't be a socio-economic survey, because here we are not mentioning the social or the economic parameters of the region. Again, it won't be a structural survey, because a structural survey includes the structure or the physical structure of the buildings and survey of that, and it's not related to environmental quality. So the correct answer here would be diagnostic survey. Next question, the largest milk producer state in India is? The correct answer is Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh has 17% of milk production, followed by other states, that is Rajasthan with 11%. So this is 17%, Rajasthan with 11%, followed with Andhra Pradesh with 9%, then you have Gujarat with 8% and Punjab with 8%. So these are the proportion of milk production. So the correct answer here would be Uttar Pradesh. Next question. Which of the following groups of state account for 90% of the annual crop production in India, coal production in India? Now annual coal production. Now there is important thing to note here that there are two things when we talk about coal. One is reserves and another is production. So reserve, that means how much the region has, and production means how much the region produces. So the top 5 states for reserves and production would be different for any of the mineral or agricultural resource, mainly mineral resource we would say. Now here what is asked is the production. Now the top 5 states, if we talk about in terms of production, starts with Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Odisha and Madhya Pradesh. Now Chhattisgarh is not a choice here, so the correct answer would be the next 3, the following 3, that is Jharkhand, Odisha and Madhya Pradesh. Next question. In which of the following years India became the 7th largest manufacturer of vehicles in the world? Now the Auto Mission Plan that was released in 2006 projected that by 2016 India would become the 7th largest vehicle producer in the world. However, this target was met 6 years earlier, that is in 2010. India became the 7th largest producer of vehicles in the world. Again, it has been forecasted that by 2020, India would become the 5th largest producer of vehicles in the world. So let's see when this estimate meets up. So the correct answer here would be 2010. Next question. We have an assertion and reason question. We have to see whether the reason matches the assertion. Now wheat producing areas are confined to sub-humid and sub-arid areas in India because this crop does not require plenty of stagnant water as required by rice. So that's a correct explanation for this assertion. So I can say both the assertion and reason are correct, and reason is the correct explanation for assertion. Next question. In which of the states of India Subansiri hydropower project is located? Now this hydropower project, the lower Subansiri, is located at Gurumukh village, and that lies on the boundary between Arunachal Pradesh and Assam. So here the correct answer would be Arunachal Pradesh, and it has been forecasted that once completed it would turn out to be India's one of the largest hydropower project in India. Next question. Now this is a kind of controversial question, I would say, because which of the following softwares is not a GIS software? Now if I look clearly onto this, I can say MapInfo and ArcView are clearly GIS software. So it's nothing to do with these two. These two I can ignore straightforwardly. Now AutoCAD is just given as AutoCAD, which is not a GIS software. However, if it was AutoCAD 3D, it was a GIS software and a CAD software meant for planning. Again, ADAS is a remote sensing software, and it's not purely a GIS software. But if we go on from the choices, I can say the ADAS would be a closer match to GIS because it's related to remote sensing, and AutoCAD independently is not related to GIS. If it was AutoCAD 3D, then yes, it is definitely a GIS software. So from this set of choices, I would say AutoCAD would be an incorrect option. However, this question is not 100% clear question that we could say. Okay, next you have to match the RF and the level of scales. Now cadastral maps are the maps which are very large scale maps. Large scale to an extent that on 1 kilometer you express only 16 kilometer or so. Okay, so what is happening here is the RF would be pretty big. So you have 1:4000, which is the lowermost on the right hand side if you see the values, or if you see it as a fraction, it would be the biggest fraction. Okay, so this would be the result of cadastral map. The next would be the large map. Smaller than that would be the medium map, and the biggest value would turn out to be a small scale map. So this is how you can arrange this. Now this is based on clear reasoning. If you try to find out any document or book referring to whether this RF is a medium scale or large scale, you won't get exact values. What here you have to apply is a simple logic. Since it's 1:4000, that means 1 centimeter is equal to 4000 centimeters. So what you are trying to say is you are trying to map a very smaller area on the map. So that is a kind of very large scale map. So that is what is a cadastral map. Now which of the following aerial extent is represented by an area bounded by a square of 3 cm by 3 cm on a 1:50,000 scale. Now 1:50,000 means 1 centimeter is equal to 50,000 centimeters, that is 50,000 divided by 100, that would be meters, that is 500 meters. 0 0 cancel. Then I can say again divided by 1000, that would be 0.5 kilometers. So that is what is the scale on real map. That means 1 centimeter on map would be equal to 0.5 kilometers on ground. Now since it is 3 centimeters on map, that would be 3 into 0.5, that would be 1.5. Now again you have to find the area on real ground. So 3 centimeter by 3 centimeter would be 1.5 kilometer by 1.5 kilometer. That's multiplication of the two, that would be 2.25 kilometer square. So the correct answer here would be 2.25 kilometer square. Next question. Change detection in remote sensing is a process of identifying difference in the state of object or phenomena at different times. That is correct. That is what is the definition of change detection in remote sensing. And the use of GIS facilitates digital change detection. That's again correct. But both of these are independent sentences. So I can say both of these are correct, and reason is not the correct explanation for assertion. Next question. Now this is again a question we talked about. There was one question where we talked about who gave the rimland theory. The correct answer was Spikeman. Spikeman gave the rimland theory. Mackinder gave the heartland theory. This heartland theory, the main focus was the land power. So you can match it with land power. Mahan talked about the importance of sea power. However, Savitsky talked about the importance of air power. In our lectures on the political theories, we have included these. You can just go and refer those for more details. Now final question, which of the scale on which the aerial photography is variable on account of which of the following? Now scale of aerial photography is variable on account of which of the following? Let's say I have the section of ground here. I have a helicopter here which is taking the photograph, or aeroplane here which is taking the aerial photo of this section of the land and this section of the land. Now what would happen? The angle of the camera is different. So what would happen is this region which is perpendicular or which is directly above the principal axis would have a larger coverage as compared to the area which is at an angular distance. That is one of the things. Now again, if I have a mountain here, the top of the mountain would be closer to the aeroplane or the aerial photography, and the region here would be much bigger as compared to the photography of this region. That means what affects is the relief of the ground is what affects the scale of the aerial photography. So that is again a logical question that you need to know. Even if you are not aware much about aerial photographies, by simple logic you can try to solve this question. So with this we complete paper 2 in geography. We will be covering paper 3 in the next lectures. You can subscribe to our channel for any further updates. Have a good day.